It's a day of reckoning. For everyone.
Promising Young Woman, a thriller mystery drama written and directed by Emerald Fennell, who seems to have many talents across the board, from acting to writing, and now leveling up her game again with her directorial debut with this film, which stars Carey Mulligan as Cassandra, a young woman who's traumatized by a tragic event in her past, now seeks out vengeance against those who crossed her path. You know, there seems to be a very interesting trend lately of these kind of films taking a very strong sexist approach to storytelling. And from what I've seen, for a lot of these films, it doesn't really seem to work out once the film has ran its course. But I think for me, Promising Young Woman has probably broken that trend, and that's a good thing. See, I'm a fan of films like I Spit on Your Grave, Rust Creek, Revenge, etc., where the helpless damsel in distress saves herself by beating the shit out of a bunch of shitty men. I find that to be quite entertaining, but what I don't like, and this is more determined upon the setting, because if it takes place in the woods in the middle of nowhere, then there is a focused group of people where the idea isn't really generalized. But when the environment is a city, and every man that the main character comes in contact with is a piece of shit, then I'm like, okay, like, what are we doing here?
I don't like men no more.
Promising Young Woman tiptoes down this path for me, but there are specific story elements within the film that keeps it on track. Now, if I had to guess, I'm thinking that a lot of people who see this movie are probably just gonna label it as just another sexist, I hate men type of movie. But personally, I really think that the film goes a lot deeper than that. I mean, there's really a solid, intriguing story here beneath the surface. But just to get the basics out of the way, the film was shot well, and some fun scores were thrown in throughout the movie, especially the whole Britney Spears orchestra version of Toxic. And yes, I like that song. Also, the story structure was pretty easy to follow, but they do hold on tight to one important story element that's not released until later in the movie, which doesn't feel too dragged out, but it starts to get close to reaching that annoyance level of secrecy while watching. And them keeping this information from the viewers throughout the movie doesn't really serve a real purpose, except to drag it out slowly and make the audience ponder. I mean, we really could have known this piece of information in the beginning of the movie, and it really wouldn't have changed anything throughout the course of the film. But whatever. Also, there were some pretty decent performances in the movie as well. No Oscar-winning performances in my opinion, but fairly convincing performances across the board. So I'm giving Promising Young Woman an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a pretty good movie, plus as I mentioned earlier in the review, I have a thing for films like this that tend to follow a vindictive theme, and with Promising Young Woman, it works. So this film is definitely somewhat polarizing. I've even seen from some reviews out there already that some audiences are kind of split on it. But from what I've seen and read in articles from the director is that it's considered to be a dark comedy, and it's not really meant to be taken super seriously, but I mean, you guys know the type of climate we're in nowadays. So hopefully if you check it out, you know, just try to chill out and enjoy the film. But there you have it. Feel free to leave a comment down below on your thoughts if you've seen the film. Also, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe.